Triple digits are here, and we could break records in the next couple of days, right, Lindsay?
Yes, absolutely. The next 2 days will be the hottest 2 days of the upcoming week. Not only do we have a chance at setting some daily records, but we also have the chance for setting records for the month of April, as in the hottest temperatures that we've ever seen during the month of April. Let's check it out. Tomorrow, the record to beat, 105. I'm forecasting 104, so that is going to be right close to that record high. And then Thursday will definitely touch the record with a forecast of 105. The record for the date is 102, so we're 3 degrees above it. That 105 threshold, that is the hottest temperature we've ever seen during the month of April in Phoenix. Excessive heat warnings remain in effect through Thursday evening, and then we'll see a break in the triple digits by the weekend.
Now to the latest on the coronavirus. The number of COVID cases in Arizona is still on the rise. Tonight, we're up to 6,948 cases. That's a jump of 232 in one day. And sadly, the number of deaths has also grown. We're up to 293. That's 18 more than we had yesterday. Tonight, the state says there are 492 people on ventilators across the state. Also from the I-Team tonight, since the start of the coronavirus outbreak, there's been a huge shortage of everything from toilet paper to personal protective equipment, PPE. Now, a Phoenix man is being charged, accused of trying to resell masks at a huge markup. Team 12's Bianca Bono has been digging for answers and joins us now with the latest.
And guys, making matters worse, this man and his business partner are accused of trying to resell these masks in New York City, the epicenter of the coronavirus.
We have numerous tips.
Supervisory Special Agent for the FBI in Arizona, Jeremy Capello, says Arizona is seeing hundreds of fraud and scam cases related to the coronavirus outbreak.
They're using the uncertainty and fear surrounding COVID-19 pandemic to further their efforts.
A recently unsealed criminal complaint reveals one of those efforts involves trying to sell personal protective equipment at a high markup, which is illegal because they're deemed scarce.
There's a lot of quote-unquote brokers that are out there in the medical supply field.
Two of those alleged brokers, William Young Sr. of Phoenix and his business partner Kent Bullock in California. Court documents show they claimed they could acquire 1 million masks and were looking for potential investors to sell them for double or triple the purchase price. Undercover agents eventually striking a deal. The so-called investor would pay for KN95 respiratory masks and 3-ply masks up front, then sell them at an exorbitant markup in New York, the epicenter of the pandemic. Documents say the suspects wrote up an agreement falsely claiming the resale profits wouldn't exceed 10%.
So we're warning people to be extremely cautious of unsolicited contact.
This far from the first case of fraud or price gouging since the outbreak. In Tennessee, 2 men settling in court after hoarding and selling hand sanitizer, disinfecting wipes, and thermometers. Though Arizona doesn't have a price gouging law on the books, the FBI and federal agencies can enforce it because the president enacted the Defense Production Act.
If you are sitting on a warehouse with masks, surgical masks, you will be hearing a knock on your door.
So far, William Young is not returning our calls, and investigators did visit the alleged suppliers in this scheme, only to find the PPE didn't exist, leading to even more charges. Bianca Bono, 12 News.